Okay, we litty just like a fuse, so no need to pick and choose. Welcome to 2020, where we do more than interviews. The hottest be coming through, dropping knowledge on all of you. Get a pick up the front of you with the truth that they offer you. Yeah, hands up, we doing it for the culture. To give artists and businesses more exposure. Keeping it real and stay solid just like a boulder. It's about to go all the way down, can't get no lower. Chasing my dreams, know that they get no slower. But if I stay running, I promise they getting closer. Moreover, success my older. And if you're sleeping on me, I'm waking them up like vultures. I told you, coming from the land with the tide roll. Well, we'll be on a whole different vibe though. We like to ride slow and keep a window tinted so you really can see us like Stevie Wonder waking up with his eyes closed. Yeah, got the kind of flow that rock the boat. On my 16s and pounds of dope. And if you figure you can hang with me on the mic, then grab some rope. Matter of fact, better grab some hope. While you at it, we keep it live, it's time to tune in. Turn up the sound on what you're using. It goes so hard, I think it's bruised in. The show is 2020, no need to zoom in. Yeah.
Good morning. Oh, look, it is 7:26 a.m. this glorious Saturday morning. I'm your boy, Sir, of the 2020 Podcast LLC, aka the 2020 Network LLC. Now, to those of you that don't know, this podcast is still the 2020 Podcast. However, the business name was updated to the 2020 Network, given that we've been more of a network than a singular podcast for quite a while now. So went through the steps of changing the name to the network. And yeah, that's what it is. But the reason we're up today, and pardon me if I look like I just woke up, is because I did. I wake up to the news that Drake dropped the track. Now, look, I know I've been staying out the Drake-Kendrick beef for the most part. The way it went back and forth, it got ugly and all that. And but that doesn't mean I wasn't attentive. I was deeply paying attention. I just didn't want to speak on it for real. Until now, I wanted to make sure that I became fair in my assessment. So Drake leaked a freestyle because more than likely legal proceedings that he got with UMG, Universal. And this seems to be true because not long after he dropped this leak, it was taken down by UMG. It's called the Fighting Irish Freestyle. So the way this is going to work, they took it down already, but it's still in the internet. So I downloaded a copy from the Boxing Scholar on TikTok. So shout out to you for posting the video. I'm going to play the video, and then we're going to go over the lyrics, discussing what we think that Drake's talking about in this. Because I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of people ain't feeling it. I'm going to be real. But I think the writing is there. I think he wrote some shit. It ain't bad. It's Drake. It's him going back to the introspective Drake, you know. So but anyway, we're gonna go over it. We're gonna play it, listen to it, and then we're gonna go from there. So without any further ado, Drake's Fighting Irish.
I'm recording.
I love you.
Yeah, the summer is over, I missed it. Vera was smoking, I kissed it. Ferris showed us the renters for Texas, it's unrealistic. Cut him the check, cause I hate reviewing the budgets and limits. Just pay the man. The world fell in love with the gimmicks, even my brothers got tickets. Seemed like they loved every minute. Just know the shit is personal to us and it wasn't just business. Analyzing behavioral patterns is somewhat suspicious. Niggas was never happy for me when I run up the digits. Or when I'm breaking world records still as I guzzle a Guinness. Or when I get my fifth made back cause the color is different. Remember we traded watches, I gave you the Arabic dial, you gave me a numbered edition. You would even check up on my son like a pediatrician. Sure convinced the gang that shit was rooted in love when it isn't. Show me how different we are, there's lessons in juxtaposition. I guess now you boys gotta abandon your summer tradition. Cold shoulders I gave in the Hamptons, it come with the distance. Figured we was always gonna be close like ovens and kitchens. I was sadly mistaken, the loyalty wasn't a given. It's all good. And niggas cry the blues for you saying it wasn't malicious. Talking about we family, well I'm not the cousin to visit. God forbid we ever gotta tarnish your public image. All that brother talk as if I really discovered a sibling. 6 degrees, my memories retrieving our humble beginnings. Niggas wanted trouble, grabbed a shovel and dug up some ditches. Cover my body in dirt, but that wasn't me. That wasn't me. That was a body double and we've done dozens of switches. Niggas tried to light the front gate up, it wasn't for Christmas. I said a prayer that morning for Sean and it wasn't religious. It came from a place of desperation and utter submission. Rapping was over for now, it came like a sudden decision. I don't give a fuck about you snakes or these other musicians. Niggas started fucking with my family, I'm going to prison. And we all crashing out together, my brother's complicit. Who put a pipe bomb in your trunk? It was an exhibit. I'm trying to blow the doors off that bitch when you touch the ignition. But then I gotta remember who made this shit come to fruition. It's me. Who's got the most to lose and who's in that other position? Signal conversations where I hope they got double encryption. I hate to see the empire crumble on judges' convictions. This nigga pulled a rabbit out the hat and y'all love a magician. It's funny to see you all rejoicing and hugging and kissing. What are we celebrating? I'll rent out the club at Edition. Nothing was the same with all you bitches and nothing's forgiven. But next time, bury me in gold. My blood is Egyptian. The Dennis James come out when the vodka is flooding my system. I don't have a drinking problem. I got a subtle addiction. I got my father's habits and I got my mother's permission. My dad has another child. I told him that wasn't my sister. Grew up with dozens of Jews, churches with dozens of Christians. Also developed a deep respect for the Muslim religion. I'm staring at my daddy while y'all tell me I wasn't that nigga. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy. That's as far as I got. That's fucking crazy, man.
So yeah, that was the Fighting Irish freestyle. I thought it was some solid writing in terms of the lyrical play of him expressing what occurs. I'm gonna first go over what I did like about this freestyle because I hate the term freestyle now. Freestyle is not a freestyle anymore. Freestyle used to be strictly off the dome, free form, just go. And now every written that's not in the booth, everybody calls it freestyle. Anyway, he been better off calling this a battle rap. But anyway, the track is hard. On a scale of 1 to 10, given what he's saying and the way he's delivering it, I'll give it a 8, a good 8.3. But let's go over the lyrics. Let's go over the lyrics and break down what's what. What I enjoyed was the pacing of it, him going directly and addressing some of the events that happened in the later stages of the beef. What I don't like is that he didn't call out names. Like if you're gonna do it, say it. Like the only names he really called out were people that associate like that help add to his braggadocious vibe in the song. Like, all right, so he says, let's get into it. The summer's over, I missed it. Barrel with the smoke, and I kissed it. Talking about the gun. You know what I'm saying? Ferris showed us the renders for Texas is unrealistic. So I didn't know who that was. And then Ferris is actually an architect, and this is according to Rap Genius. And he's talking about a Texas home he's getting. Cut the check because I hate reviewing the budgets and limits. Just pay the man. I feel like that's a double entendre. Let me explain why. So I don't know if y'all remember, but when he was dealing with Lucian, he would often say that when he was going over the budget, he would just call Lucian and be like, yo, just approve it. I feel like he's saying the same shit still applies even when I'm building a new home to get away from here, which is more than likely why he's leaving his old home, because he's going to address why he's probably moving. The world fell in love with the gimmicks. Even my brothers got tickets, seeming they loved every minute. Just know this shit is personal to us, and it wasn't just business. He's talking about LeBron and DeRozan going to the Kendrick pop-out concert on Juneteenth. Analyzing behavior patterns is somewhat suspicious. Okay, this is where I disagree. He's talking about Kendrick going, like, really paying attention to him and breaking down his character and, like, Meet the Grams and Euphoria and so on and so on. But that's what happens in the battle. That's what you do in a battle. You watch what they do and then you act accordingly. I think what he's saying is, why are you watching me so closely and analyzing what I'm doing? Seems like you're trying to attack my character for a reason, which he feels like was a play by UMG. It sounds a little paranoid. I'm just being 1,000. Nigga was never happy for me when I ran up the digits or I'm breaking world records still as I guzzle a Guinness. That was hard. I didn't even need the Rap Genius definition to get what that meant. He was, I don't know if y'all remember, but I think he had the most records sold. I think he finally beat Mike. And he's just saying that I'm breaking world records as I guzzle a Guinness, like as he drinks a Guinness world record and possibly a Guinness beer. Whatever. Or when I get my fifth Maybach, because the color is different, just a flex. Remember we trading watches? I gave you the Arabic dial. You gave me a numbered edition. You would even check up on my son like a pediatrician. He's talking about LeBron. How they traded watches, how they used to check on each other's kids. Should convince the game this shit was rooted in love. And when it isn't, you show how different we are. The blessings in juxtaposition. He's basically saying that you love when people expose themselves. You think it's all love until some shit happens. And then you can really see who is supporting you. So he's saying in the adversity of what's going on and the way it's playing out, there is a silver lining is that you find out who really fuck with you. I guess you boys got to abandon your Southern tradition. He's talking about LeBron because LeBron used to always go to the OVO shows, the OVO Fest. Cold shoulders I gave in the Hamptons, it come with the distance. Saying that I can't remember who party it was, but they were talking about whenever you got invited to this all-white party, you would get a picture. Your invitation was a painting. And whose party was it? Michael Rubin's all-white parties. And they say he went, but he wasn't really talking to nobody. So he's just explaining that, to all the people I'm not fucking with, I'm just peeping who y'all were listening to, who y'all were celebrating, Figured we was always going to be close like ovens and kitchens, self-explanatory. I was sadly mistaken. The loyalty wasn't a given. Yeah. All right, his verse 2. And this is a conductor beat, by the way, in case you didn't know. Verse 2. And niggas cried, this is what the one I like. And niggas cried the blues for you saying it wasn't malicious. Talking about family, well, I'm not the cousin to visit. He's 1,000% talking to J. Cole. He's 1,000% talking to Cole. Because y'all know if you know, Cole came out with I can't remember the name of that track he dropped, but he was basically discussing how he backed out the beef, and he's still spitting, and he told Drake, "No, you still my nigga. We're all brothers." Woo, woo, woo. And he's saying like, yeah, niggas cried for you when you were saying that it ain't, nasty is just for the sake of rap. Talking about we still family, we brothers, but don't come fuck with me now. You know what I'm saying? If you still gonna associate with that nigga and what he said about me, don't come and stop in, around the cousin house. I may not be a brother, but I'm not even your cousin. And everybody can relate to that. Everybody got a cousin that they side eye and don't really fuck with. For a lot of people, I'm that cousin. God forbid we ever get to tarnish your public image. And that's true. Because we can all agree that after this beef, nobody viewed Drake the same. Nobody. Companies, people, artists, nobody. And I'd be honest with you, he's going to have to work hard to change it. He could still be successful. I think he will still be successful. He just, you now see that median between Drake, the artist, and the personas. Excuse me. All right. 6 degrees, my memories retrieving our humble beginnings. Talking about Cole. Niggas wanted trouble, grabbed the shovel and dug up some ditches. He's saying that to all y'all people, how 6 degrees of separation, right? Is always talking about how you're in the same circles with people, and the circle's always like damn near a Venn diagram of common people, and that's how you network it. So basically, he's saying humbling beginnings, going back to those Venn diagram of mutual circles that we knew, but those people in those mutual circles are burying me, or really talking shit about me. Cover my body in dirt, but that wasn't me. That wasn't me. Now this cover my body in dirt, but that wasn't me. Saying that y'all throw smoke on my character, but that wasn't the true me. that wasn't the true Drake, the one that he was talking about in Meet the Grams and Euphoria. That wasn't the 1,000% honest me. I think he's admitting that that was a character, that a lot of rappers do. Like, let's keep it 100. A lot of these characters, excuse me, a lot of rappers are personas, not exactly real people. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, rap is more akin to wrestling now than it ever been before. And hell, I might even be wrong. It might have just consistently been wrestling this whole time, because you get and see these people outside in real situations, and you don't see the glitz and glam. They appeal to the human side of them. Anyway, I just feel like this day and age, you now get to see the breakdown and get to see the vulnerable and hurt, broken real people nowadays more than ever. With the age of information, you get to see everybody's dirty laundry. You realize that everybody ain't as together as you think you is. You can still be a rich nigga with poor spending habits. You could still be a rich nigga who ain't shit. You can still be a rich nigga who has poor health. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, that was a body double. We've done dozens of switches. That's another double entendre, because everybody know Drake has plenty of aliases and fensters, and he's just saying that we've done dozens of switches in sense of him switching his variety and styles, because the tough guy Drake, let's be honest with, we're probably not going to see for a while. So now he's back to that introspective Drake. Niggas tried to light the front, niggas tried to light up the front grate. It wasn't for Christmas. This was talking about that shooting that happened not long after Not Like Us happened. Somebody, I don't know who or why, but they went to Drake's house and shot a security guard and was shooting at his house. I said a prayer that morning for Sean, and it wasn't religious. It came from a place of desperation and utter submission. I see, this is the thing. I don't know if he's responding to Big Sean or if he's talking to Sean Carter. So I'm gonna leave that up to y'all, because the NFL thing is through Rock Nation, and Rock Nation is Sean Carter's Jay-Z stuff. So I don't know if he's insinuating that Sean, Jay-Z has something to do with that, or Big Sean has something to do with it. I don't know. I don't know. This is speculation. He obviously knows something we don't know. Rapping was over for now. It came like a sudden decision, meaning that, hey, bro, he knew that he had to take a break. He knew it was gonna be worse if he kept responding. I don't give a fuck about you snakes or you other musicians. He's addressing Kendrick's response about the colonizer. Niggas started fucking with my family. I'm going to prison. I respect that, because the thing about rap beef, nobody wants to see actual harm done. Nobody wants to see anybody lose family members, and at the point it becomes the actual violence, it's not it. And we crashing out together. My brother's complicit. Um, here's that tough guy stuff, or is it? Or is it tough guy? Or is it just saying, hey, for my family, this rap shit will get put on hold, and I will kill somebody over my family? Which I understand. You have to do that, as let's not forget Drake is a dad. We don't know if his kids was in that house with him or what. Who put a pipe bomb in your truck? It was an exhibit. I don't like this line. Because this whole narrative he's playing, he's defending, right? He's defending, saying like, yo, y'all did this to me. I'm not this, I'm not that. And if anybody fuck with my family, I'm gonna put them on a t-shirt. Like, I will defend mine. Who put a pipe bomb in your truck? It was an exhibit. It's a little corny. It's a dated reference. Talking about how pimp my ride. It's a miss to me. I'm trying to blow the doors off that bitch when you touch the ignition, but then I gotta remember who made this shit come to fruition. I like that. I feel like he realized that, oh shit, I did it. I started this whole thing. I told Kendrick that, yo, you got to come outside and finish this beef. And the whole reason I got here is because of me. I really like that he admit that. All right. Verse 3. Who's got the most to lose and who's in the other position? That's hard. Because there are no winners at this point. You feel me? Like who's going to truly be the loser, and there won't be a winner for real. Let's get into what he's talking about. Signal conversations, boy, I hope they got double encryption. Talking about if you've been texting, I hope you had ultra security. I hate to see the empire crumble on judges' convictions. He's talking about the lawsuit. Didn't think he'd do that. So let's wrap this up all together in one little bow. I'm gonna go over it again. Who got the most to lose and who's in the other position? Signal conversation, boys. I hope they got double encryption. I hate to see the empire crumble on judges' convictions. He's talking about UMG and what Kendrick and them has built, and this whole narrative. He's saying, you think you safe by texting or doing these other methods of contact, but I got receipts of everything. And you might not even be talking to Kendrick. You might be talking to just UMG. He might be talking to Lucian and them. This nigga pulled a rabbit out the hat, and y'all love a magician. It's funny to see y'all rejoicing and hugging and kissing. Talking about the pop-out show. What are we celebrating? I'll rent out the club in addition. He's trying to flex on that. And see, I get what he's saying. He's saying the I want to say the comparison of what's happening with the pop-out show, right? Like let's analyze this for a second. The pop-out show, of course, happened on Juneteenth. Juneteenth being the freeing of the slaves, right? And this is kind of fucked up because what I'm about to say is still, as I'm about to say, it's still Drake's fault that this happened the way it happened. He does the pop-out show, right? And brings everybody together to celebrate being free, but he's making song disparaging another black man on this day, right? So he's saying, it's funny to see y'all rejoicing, hugging, and kissing. What are we celebrating? I read out the club in addition. He was like, you're celebrating freeing the slaves and freeing black people, but I am black, and y'all are dissing me in order to celebrate being black and free. Like what is that? And he ends it with a flex saying, I'll rent out the club in addition to the Juneteenth bash that y'all doing. Nothing was the same with all of you bitches, and nothing's forgiven. This is a reference to that album he had, Nothing Was the Same. He's saying it's still up. You know, don't come over here after you see what I'm about to do and after this all falls down. But the next time, bury me in gold, my blood is Egyptian, saying that, yo, I'm black. I'm African. You know, so if you're going to bury me as a king. The Dennis James come out when the vodka's flooding my system. Dennis James, a power lifter, so he's saying he gets to flexing. He gets heavy, he gets real strong when he's drinking. I don't have a drinking problem. I got a subtle addiction. Not as hard as you think. I don't have a drinking problem. I just it's a slight, unrecognized, mentioned, suggested addiction. And I got my father's habits and I got my mother's permission. That's not cool. His father is a known gambler, and his mom's permission makes me feel like he don't know that bar don't hit as hard as it should. It goes to show that I'm gonna say it, the mixed family dynamic isn't going well because his dad gets to do whatever he wants as a black man, and his mom just enables him. That's the way I take it, personally. My dad is another child. I told him that wasn't my sister. Okay, nigga. Grew up with dozens of Jews, churches with the dozens of Christians, also developed a deep respect for Muslim religion. I feel like that my dad has another child, might be, told him that wasn't my sister, might be him addressing what Kendrick was talking about in Meet the Grams, where Kendrick said that he had a daughter. I think he's saying, no, Kendrick, you got it wrong. My dad, I don't have a daughter. My dad got a daughter. And I told him that's not my sister. Grew up with dozens of Jews, churches with dozens of Christians. He's just saying that, He's just addressing Kendrick at this point. I'm staring at my daddy while y'all telling me I wasn't that nigga. He's basically saying I'm staring at my black dad and y'all telling me I'm not black / I'm not the greatest rapper. Again, it was I get what you're saying, but it just didn't hit for me. And I'm not a Kendrick stan. I like both artists. I've had several albums from both, several, I fuck with the music of both, but as a response track, you know what, I ain't gonna call it a response track. As a leak that he did, it was cool. It was a cool introspective. Hey, I'm working on something. I guess he's saying he might be saying that I have something that was scheduled to come out, but they won't let me, which is probably why they took this down hours after the video dropped on YouTube. So they came and got this shit. What I don't like, I'm gonna play back. So let's watch the beginning of the video. This is really what took me out.
I'm recording.
I ain't like that. I don't like the whole I'm recording, and then he does the dramatic turn, pulls the blunt, exhales, finds the beat, hit play. I don't like seeing the orchestration. It just feels like you're playing the character again. And according to your words, that character's dead, Drake. Like, stop the tough guy introspective blend. Like, I'd rather see you at that table from goddamn, what was it nothing that was the same? I don't fucking remember, but it ain't given. That beginning kind of took me out. Some people might fuck with it. I just don't give it. It just conflicts with what he's saying. He's being super transparent here about what's going on, but it feels orchestrated in the beginning because it feels like he told her, let me know when you're recording so I can hit this blunt. It didn't come off as a natural blunt pull. It feels like you're trying to show off. Anyway, but yeah, that's what occurred. This has been your boy, Sir. Let me know what you think about Fighting Irish. Are you fucking with it? You're not fucking with it? Are you still gonna watch the Super Bowl? Lord knows I am, because I got to see what happened. Yeah, man. I'm going to continue my day. Y'all be great. And remember, I know you can see all this here. This is because I just woke up. And if you're gonna talk about my hair, I want you to remember something, nigga. Your mama. All right, y'all be easy.